So we are beginning to introducing our beautiful panelists today on this beautiful topic called Self-Care Simplified. So our speaker, Dr. Neeta Mhatre Mishra, is an brand ambassador of IDF and Peace and Happiness at IWPG South Korea. Is a founder of Reach Out, co-founder of Bloom, mentor at Bringle Academy, a certified trainer, edupreneur, master NLP International, psychotherapist, gestalt practitioner, and a wellness, sexual, and relationship coach, having a specialization in alternative system of medicine, energy medicine, metaphor art therapy, ABT, and color psychology. Welcome, Dr. Neeta, again on the show.
Thank you, Payal. Thank you.
We have on our show today Miss Sanchita Sen. She is an HR professional who aims to blend her knowledge of psychology in corporate world. She brings in a deep experience in consultancy as a HR professional and being a psychologist. She always quotes. Sanchita is an HR head of Ronak Group of companies and sister companies. Welcome, Sanchita.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing well.
Our next guest speaker is Ms. Rupali Gautam. Ms. Rupali Gautam is an employee branding and corporate consultant and coach who has impacted over 10,000 employees and assisted organizations to achieve success and growth. Rupali has more than 17 years of work experience and globally trained people from diverse backgrounds with employee branding programs and various behavioral and image management programs for corporates and institutions. Welcome, Rupali.
Thank you so much, Payal. It's my pleasure to be on this platform. Thank you, Dr. Neeta, for giving me this opportunity.
Our next speaker is Mr. Sagar Mohbe. Mr. Sagar Mohbe is a director and CEO, a joint venture of PPI Ireland. Mr. Sagar is heading a team of 60 executives, sales, marketing, business development, finance, and logistics. He has been handling a business of rupees 500 crores offices. Welcome, Mr. Sagar.
Thank you. In continuation with what Dr. Neeta said, if I have 1 rupee and you have 1 rupee, we exchange, we both still have 1 rupee.
So my first question goes out to Sanchita. What was the most challenging phase of this pandemic and how did you deal with it?
Professionally, to be very honest, it was not very challenging. Fortunately, the entire team, I must say, leveled up, came together. Even today, we are trying our best to cope up and, do our best from wherever possible, like from home. Some were coming to office, but now because of the lockdown, of course, everyone is working from home. There has been no challenge on work front. The management is extremely cooperative. The team have shown great level of enthusiasm and, it's like a complete teamwork, I would say. So work front, initially when the pandemic hit, because my husband is a frontline worker, it was challenging. There were days when he used to be away for days and months. So I definitely lacked that emotional support. There were few tough days, rough days. But the bottom line is today, now that I look back, I have definitely come out much stronger, more independent. And I think that's the silver lining.
Rupali, what are your views on what is the most challenging phase of this pandemic and how did you deal with it?
Well, pandemic certainly has not been easy for most of us. We have gone through a very rough phases of our lives. For me, the moment, this thing happened, the COVID era started, I was out of work. Suddenly where, my calendar was filled with work. I didn't have dates to provide, back to back, I was occupied. And that's something which I really cherish. My work is my passion. And suddenly that April month, I didn't knew what to do. I was completely blank. I was wondering whether I would be able to, either just sit on this, think about, things will improvise, and then probably think, once everything goes back to normal, we can start working. But that normal never happened. And I'm really glad that, that realization happened to me much earlier. I said, this is not something where I can just sit and wait for things to happen. I need to take charge of the things which are around me. Look for solutions that are workable. What is it that probably I can go out and provide? What is it that I have? So this was a phase which actually helped me to do a SWOT. This was a phase which helped me realize what are the things that I can provide to the audience whom I'm so into to provide, and whatever I have, I can reach out and I can provide to them. And at the same time, to learn new skills. So this was something which came to me, which struck me very hard. And that's how I kept on improvising, working upon solutions, learned new skills.
Mr. Sagar, what was the most challenging phase of this pandemic for you, and how did you deal with it?
So there are two parts to it. I mean, in continuation with what the other two speakers said, I think uncertainty and fear were the two major parts. You are uncertain of what's going to happen tomorrow. You are unaware of what is the treatment to this, or you are unaware of what is the actions to be taken. We tried to have a connect with each and every member in the office. Online, we had competitions. Online, we had some kind of a, connect and competition in terms of either, technical quizzes or maybe singing poetry. And at the end of the day, we used to announce who was the winner.
How would you sum it up?
I would really sum it up in such a way that I think everything in this whole pandemic, it has not started from something which was outside. It was something which was there from within. And from within, how could you take charge of what is happening outside? So if it is my profession, so they are my people. They are my employee. So my connect with them starts from me. If I am able to take care of myself, my thoughts, my whereabouts, with my awareness, the same thing is what I will reciprocate to my extended family, that is my professional friends.
And my second question to Sanchita is, as a trainer or HR head, how did you execute and manage by taking care of your family and work from home?
I don't think taking care of the family, in my case, to be very honest, I am very privileged, has never been something to worry about. So I think others would have better answers on this, because I really didn't face any challenge. The no-maid life was tough initially, but I think it also helped us understand that how important it is to be, independent and self-sufficient. So yeah. Unfortunately or fortunately, I ended up finding silver lining even in this situation. So I think that's how I am as a person.
Here, yes, work from home is not easy. For me, definitely, it was a big, big challenge, because we as trainers are so used to have our live audience interaction. In fact, we thrive on the energy levels of our audience. We look at them, their facial expressions, their body language, and they are like a source of inspiration for us. The moment we got on a virtual platform, it's like I'm talking to someone probably who may be there, who may not be there, because half of the times when we do these virtual trainings, the cameras are off. And the moment the camera is off, we don't know whether these people are there with me. Are they able to relate with me? Are they able to understand what I'm trying to say? So this is the biggest challenge which most of the facilitators, trainers are able to relate.
How did you execute and manage by taking care of your family, work from home?
I think it was more of a discipline thing. And if you are disciplined, you can demand discipline from others. So to start with, I used to have a routine, or rather have a routine for self, maybe yoga, meditation, some exercise, and helping others helping the family, helping the friends, helping the society, doing something for the community as well. One is you are at home, so you have the liberty to work anytime. But if you have that, you yourself become disciplined, and the world also knows that you are working. Others won't disturb you. And the office also knows the office time is over. They will not disturb.
Talk about key, of course, we had and we have discipline. But the thing when it came was very sudden. It did not give you a time to think, reflect, and start. And then what did we all do was, as human, we have a tendency to follow the crowd. We all started following the crowd. She's doing this, I am doing this, I am doing this. So let me. In fact, I did not go back and see behind, is my family being able to handle this? Or am I being able to handle this? So as Rupali mentioned, having a strong family support, having a disciplined life for your own self as well as for your near dear people. So when it comes to self-care, self-discipline, and taking this entire pandemic, putting up with so-called norms of 1, 2, 3, I think it has varied for each and every person.